Hey guys, this might seem a little strange, but I am going to be doing a dot-to-dot puzzle, or maybe a few. It just depends on how long they take and how long I feel like doing it for. But I figured I would try doing a puzzle and just hang out and just talk for a little bit, let you guys get to know me better, and I don't know, we'll just go from there. I hope you guys enjoy. If you do, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all the support I can get. So we are just going to hang out and do a puzzle. First things first though, I need to figure out what it is I want to make. And this is a dot to dot. So we'll see how it goes. I haven't tried it yet, but I thought it looked like an interesting little relaxing thing to do. Just check it out and see how I like it. Oh, there's a little family. Some of them, it's hard to tell what they are. I think that's a bear, maybe? Is that a flower? Maybe? I don't know what I'm looking at. Oh, I think if it has star thing in the corner, you have to pay with stars. And I think you get stars by completing puzzles. So I need to find one that doesn't cost anything. I don't want something lame. I want to do something cool. I'm going to start with something a little simpler because I am struggling already. Whoa, I don't know if I can call this simpler. All right, well, let's do it anyway. Let's pick a light pink because I like pink, okay? Here we are, number 1. Oh, I guess I gotta... What? Okay, that was weird how it boop boop. Anyways, okay, I'm getting the hang of it. Because for some reason I struggled at first. But yeah. So I think we're making a flower. I think. Which is super cool. I love flowers. Flowers are pretty and they smell nice. So I want to talk about maybe what brought me to YouTube. That's just the first thing that came to my mind. I started this YouTube channel because back when I was younger, I think I was 15, I was really into makeup channels on YouTube, and I used to watch a lot of Bub's Beauty, Michelle Fan. I think there was a channel called Janice Makeup, ShanXO, who else? I know there were more. I watched a lot of different people, and I just really grew to love watching makeup tutorials for some reason. That was just something that I really liked, and I would do my makeup based off of these tutorials all the time. I just loved it. And obviously, as a 15-year-old, I'm not nearly as good as a lot of these girls. I mean, they were adults. They were in their 20s or 30s, and they just had a lot more experience with makeup than I did. And obviously, they had more money, and they were making money off of doing these tutorials, which just allows them to do more, get more products, try out new things. But anyways, I just thought it was super cool. And that is something that I decided I wanted to do. The only problem was, how do you start? How do you get started? So I tried to look into it a little bit. Not very much. I just figured, oh, I need to get a camcorder. I just need something I can record myself with. And I already had a decent amount of makeup and some tools, or some makeup brushes. So I figured I can just try it out and just get started, and I'm sure things will take off from there. I think I tried setting up a channel. I put some art on there, like a, what do you call it? Like I put stuff on my channel to make it look nice. Ooh. Okay, so we have our inner thing. Ooh, it's pretty. Can I change colors? Like this can be that, and then that can be a different color, or is it? Oh, everything's always the same color. Okay, I'll just stick with light pink. So I took the first steps basically to setting up a channel, And then when it came to recording my first ever video, I was terrified. I was so scared. It was something I'd never done before, and I'm actually a very shy person. I don't do well with strangers. I have a hard time talking to people when I feel uncomfortable. It's just, I think I've always been that way. I've just always been very introverted and very shy. Very shy. I still am shy to this day. The only reason I'm able to talk to this camera is because I've gotten more comfortable with it, and because I can't see anyone on the other side of this. For all intents and purposes, I'm just talking to myself out loud. So in a way, I feel kind of safe doing that. And even that was terrifying at first, but I'm getting to a point where I feel more comfortable. If you look at my first video that I made on this channel, I was dead. I had like no emotion. I was so scared. I was just nervous. And it's only my last couple videos where I'm really starting to feel comfortable and I feel like I can talk and be myself. And I do realize that you have to really try harder to come across as lively and energetic, and that's something I'm trying to work on. So just looking and feeling alive, it's hard, but I hope that you do know I'm working on it, and I hope that I can come across that way. Obviously, I don't want to look like a dead person on video. That's just terrible. Okay, so we've got 100 dots. Yay! Okay, 101. There we are. So going back to my story. Oh no, I'm getting lost. 102. I'm looking for 102. There it is. It was right in front of me. Going back to my story, I was terrified. I had the camera, I had my makeup, but I was just scared, and I just decided to put it off. Maybe I'll do it later. Maybe I won't. I still want to do it. It's just I felt afraid and I wasn't confident. And to be honest, my confidence is something that I've struggled with for years, and I'm still not confident. I will openly say that. I am not a confident person. I think it's just struggles from when I was younger that it was hard to get over. For example, when I was in the 6th grade, so I think I was 11 or 12. I think that's how old 6th graders are, probably. So I was in the 6th grade when I got into some kind of fight with my best friend at the time. And I don't remember why we were fighting to begin with. It just one day got out of hand. And for reasons that I still don't understand, she wrote me a letter where she listed everything that she hated about me, everything that made me a horrible person. She attacked me and my family, just everything. In a written letter, she gave it to me. And I'm pretty sure I read the whole thing. Obviously, I don't remember what it said. This was like 10 years ago. I'm 22 now, so it's been a while. Some time has passed, but I was just thinking about it a little while ago. I honestly think that experience where my best friend essentially, turned around and told me I was awful, this experience destroyed my self-esteem. Because for years after that, I don't feel like I ever recovered. Obviously, I got over the incident, which was horrible at the time. I was so upset and so betrayed. I remember showing my mom the letter. She showed the other girl's mom the letter and talked about it. And I don't know, I think each mom was defending their own kid, which makes sense, but I don't know how you justify what that girl did. And I'm sure I retaliated. I was immature. I was 12. Come on. I don't remember what I did, to be honest. But I didn't write her a letter. I didn't do anything like that. I didn't go nearly as far as she did. So anyways, horrible experience. And just talking about it kind of makes me feel uneasy. I don't know why I'm telling you guys this. It's deeply personal. Anyways, it really rocked my self-esteem, and I don't think I ever recovered from that. So I think years later, I'm this 15-year-old who's very awkward and shy, going through high school, you know, living life with acne and trying to use makeup to feel beautiful. And that's why I idolized these makeup artists on YouTube, because the world of makeup it made me feel comfortable, and it made me feel excited and happy, and you know, it was something I took comfort in. Let's see, 161. There we are. So it was just something that I feel like really helped me during my teen years to gain some more confidence. And obviously my confidence and my self-esteem was still shaky, and honestly, it's even now it is something that I struggle with a lot. But I think that based on what I've experienced and seen, this is something that most girls experience and struggle with. And I think it is so sad, and I wish it didn't have to be that way. But anyways, I think that's why I had this desire to be a YouTuber, and I was just too afraid because I just wasn't confident. I didn't think I could do it. And recently I graduated with a bachelor's in dietetics. When I tell people that I was studying when people would ask me what I was studying, I would always say dietetics. And people would say, "Oh, that's cool. What is that, by the way?" So I just think it's funny that people are like, "Oh yeah, cool. That's awesome." But they had no idea what it was. So awkward for sure. But people are kind of funny. And I just got used to that question because people don't know what dietetics is. It's not really a common word. Okay, where am I? I was 200. I'm looking for 201. There it is. That's very far away. Okay. So in case you are wondering as well, dietetics is essentially nutrition, but dietetics students study dietetics so that they can become a registered dietitian. And basically you get your 4-year degree, and then you have to do a special internship, and then from there you can take a certification exam and then finally become a dietitian. And dietitians essentially, they play some different roles, but most of them work clinically, and they administer nutrition, special nutrition plans for hospital patients, or it's inpatient, outpatient. There's nutrition counseling, all sorts of stuff. Anyways, just think nutrition. That's what I went to college for, and I just graduated, which was super awesome. But even in my program, I was never really confident. I like to think that I'm a smart person. I did pretty well growing up in school, and I did pretty well in my major in college. But I wasn't number one. I was up there though. Only problem was I was very shy still, and I didn't really talk much to the other girls. Yes, my program was almost all girls. I only had one guy graduating in my class. The juniors, or the students a year behind me, they had a few more boys. Anyways, so 229. Sometimes I kind of get lost. 233. Okay, we're good. So anyways, there were not many guys that studied dietetics. It's mostly females. That's just how it is. It's predominantly female. But anyways, I just never really felt comfortable with the other girls. I never really got to know them too well. We had a lot of projects and things where I had to interact with people, and I got to know them better, but it was uncomfortable. And I think it was just this shyness and this awkwardness that I've carried with me since I was young. And it's just kind of sad when I think about it. So anyways, I graduated things did not work out with my major and with what I plan on doing. And then I also lost my job because they could not keep me on at the university job that I had. So that was a real bummer. And I've been trying to find work ever since. So I'm really praying that that works out, because that is something necessary for me and my husband. 259. 259. Where's 260? 260, where are you? I need you. Oh, right there. Right there. Haha, I'm so smart. So yeah, trying to find work is also very hard. But anyways, I started, the reason I went on this super duper long tangent was to talk about how I ended up on YouTube today. And the answer to that is, I'm getting there, okay? Gotta be patient with me. I ended up on YouTube because I wanted to do this when I was young. I wanted to be a YouTuber. And then when I was struggling through my program, I was like, what if I just played games? What if I streamed on Twitch? And I'm getting there. I haven't made it that far yet. So my first steps, I'm starting out with YouTube. We're going from there. But I did originally want to be on Twitch. And I tried setting that up. I tried making time for it. I streamed maybe once. I upgraded my internet for it. I did a lot. The only problem was I was really depressed at the time. And this really started affecting my schoolwork and my job. And I realized I just didn't have time to stream. Even if it was something I really wanted to try out, I just didn't have time. And there was no way to make that work in my current situation. Wait, what number am I on? 300? Wait. Yeah, 300. Sorry, the number is small, okay? It's hard to read. No, too far. Oh, there's 301. So, I just had to give up on that for the time being, because I was getting behind in school and I needed to focus. Obviously, school's your number one priority when you're spending a lot of money to be there. And I just had to put other plans on hold. It just wasn't gonna work. But here I am, newly graduated, just kind of feeling lost, not sure what I'm doing with my life, starting to feel depressed again. And I decided it's time to finally start doing what I've wanted to do for years, but never had the courage to do. See, I'm on 320? 322? And even if it doesn't work out, which, you know, obviously I'm hoping it works out, I'm hoping it goes somewhere, even if it doesn't, I just have to try it. I just have to give it a shot, because if I don't, then I'm essentially giving up on my dreams, right? I'm giving up on something that I've wanted to try. It's something I've wanted to do for so long, but I was never confident enough to do. So here I am now, taking that chance, and it's too soon to see if I'll get anywhere, if I'll succeed or if I'll fail, but I think I owe it to myself to at least try. So that is how I ended up here, because I love playing video games, and I especially love to dabble. I've never been one to just commit to one game. Well, okay, the exception being Harvest Moon. I was a Harvest Moon kid. I would play that game for hours on end. I love being a farmer, and that's why I also really like Stardew Valley. I'm just a little farmer in my heart, I guess. And I also love The Sims. The Sims I spent a lot of time on too when I was younger. I forgot to mention this. When I was, 9 years ago, I was 13, I think. I did make a YouTube channel because I had a bunch of Gmail accounts, you know, every kid makes a million Gmail accounts for some reason. And I stole a video that my sister made, or maybe we both made it. I don't know, but we were playing The Sims 3, and we recorded one of our Sims Well, I guess it was my sister's sim. We recorded my sister's sim that was pregnant, but she was also a ghost sim. So she ended up having a ghost baby as a result, and she's a playable ghost. So it was kind of a super weird situation. But we recorded it and we ended up putting it on YouTube just for fun. And I made some other little videos just of glitches or things I thought were cool for my Sims gameplay. And we actually got a lot of views on some of those videos. What am I? Oh, whoops, my bad. I was clicking on the wrong one. So this pregnant sim video ended up getting 272,000 views. And I was just a 13-year-old that thought it would be funny to throw it online. And I'm still shocked that that happened, because I watched that video now and it's so cringy, but a lot of people enjoyed it. So I just, super weird and random, but it was really funny that we actually made something pretty cool as little kids. So now that I'm not a kid anymore, I'm hoping I can still achieve that somehow, that I can still find some kind of YouTube success. Only problem is The Sims 3 is a little outdated, so that's not what I'm trying to focus on. Right now I'm just dabbling, like I said. I just love trying out games, and I think sometimes there's something that I'll fall in love with, but for the most part, I just like to play a game for a few hours and then move on. So I'm trying to use that to my advantage by just trying out different things and uploading it on YouTube, so then if other people enjoy my personality or they enjoy the game, there's something for both audiences. The only problem is starting from the ground up is very painful, but I'm trying my best to make good content that is watchable and maybe people can relate to. So that's my main goal right now. But I do feel like regardless of what happens, I've already developed so much more as a person than I would have without this experience. I think it's already teaching me just to accept myself and just to have fun being myself. Oh, there it is. And just getting more Whoa. Oh, I finished it. Oh, is that it? I made a flower. Here you go. It's for you. I hope you like my flower. I think it's pretty. It's lovely, isn't it? Let me change the color. Ooh, that's dark. I think this is cute. I like it. Ooh, the red looks cool. I like the pink. I like the pink that I had. It was pretty. Okay, let's do one more. I liked that. That was pleasant.